and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally, joined by my co-host, Katie. We're identical twin sisters. We invite you to join us as we investigate our similarities and differences in all things life has to offer. Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally.
And I'm your other host, Katie.
Welcome. Katie and I are so excited because we are ready to have a fun episode and just
kind of relax, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we need a chill episode.
Yeah. We need to just have a drink and see where this episode leads us.
Yeah. So, Sally, I'm actually really nervous because Sally made us drinks and it's
good. It's gonna be good. Katie, take a sip. Oh wait, should we do a cheers?
It's like,
what do you want to cheers to?
Stuff in it.
Okay.
Cheers to you, cheers to me. The best friends will always be. Even if we disagree, fuck you, fuck me. Cheers to you, cheers to me.
Oh, that's perfect for us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Is it too jalapeno-y?
There is a lot of jalapeno in that.
Okay, so yesterday...
So if I'm choking on my words...
Yesterday, Adam and I made these, but they were like half the size, so we only used like one little sliver of jalapeno. Today, I made them a little bit larger, and I just added a little more kick.
Yeah, a little spice.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's going to be a spicy twin study?
I think so.
Okay.
A spicy twin study.
I have no idea what this episode is about, so that's also kind of a spicy part, is Sally has not told me anything.
Oh, I haven't even told myself what this episode is about. We're just going to see where the wind takes us.
Yeah.
But anywho, Katie just did something that I'm very proud of her for, and I need to know all of her.
Was it take the kids to the movie today?
That I am. But also, you finished Bridgerton.
Oh, well, that's so easy to do. I mean,
well, I also took moving through it as fast as I was.
5-year-old and 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds to see Inside Out 2 today, and they did amazing, and they loved it. And I have to say, Inside Out 2 was better than the first one, in my opinion. So I'm going to make a very bold statement and say it was better than the first one.
I don't think that's really bold. I think a lot of people have said that.
The kids loved it.
Yeah, and they. I feel like the first one wasn't like.
Oh, the first one I could barely get through because it was so sad
and it was long.
Yeah. So, anyways, but I also finished Bridgerton season 3. I can't say any spoilers.
No, you can say spoilers.
No, I can't.
No, we can just say, Katie. Shh. We can say spoilers. We'll just say this is a spoiler. So if you haven't seen season 3, don't listen.
I don't want to get into it. I think that we should hold and let more people finish it before we dive into it.
Everybody has finished it.
A lot of people started from season 1 to catch up.
No, you're talking about one person.
Okay. No, that isn't the person.
Oh. Who?
Somebody in my office. Our entire office is watching it, and I know that for a fact they started it.
And you think they're going to be listening to this podcast?
No, but I'm not doing spoilers. I'm just going to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the second half of this season. I thought that it ended really nicely.
Okay, yay or nay, do you think it was the best season yet?
You know, I kind of do because I think it had the most complexities, and I also think that they showed a lot more stories than typically. Like, usually it's focused on one couple, and I loved the dynamic. They had so many family stories going on at the same time simultaneously, and I thought that just added to the beauty of it.
Okay, so my opinion is I think this by far was the best season. Like, leaps and bounds, not even comparable to the other seasons. But I do think that the first couple seasons didn't really get a fair shot because you were still getting to know everyone.
Yeah.
And this season, you knew everyone already.
I don't think we should talk this episode on Bridgerton, though. I think if people request to hear a whole episode, we'll do a whole episode.
Okay. I had somebody write in and wanted to know our favorite spicy scenes from Bridgerton. So that could be
a fun episode then, because there's just too much to say, and I'd start naming characters' names and stuff, and if people haven't seen it, they shouldn't devote an episode to that unless they've listened to it.
True.
Or watched it. Sorry.
So this is your homework. Go watch Bridgerton. It was an amazing
season 3. Baller.
So good. So anyway, like I said, I had a couple of requests this week, and I'm so thankful for them because some of them were really, really good topics that I cannot wait to talk about. So have you seen that? I'm sure you've seen this online. There is a set of identical twins that married identical twins and then ended up both having twin boys.
I don't know if I've seen.
You haven't seen this?
I know there's I follow identical twins, but I don't think they married identical twins. They
No.
did choose to live next to each other. I follow them, and they kind of remind me of us because we live right down the street from each other.
No, this isn't that.
Okay.
So this couple, I forget where they live, and the person who sent it to me sent a screenshot of the picture, like it's in an article, but it's twin boys who married identical twin girls, so the couples look identical, and the girls both got pregnant at the same time and have boys, baby boys that are the same age.
So they're technically
they're brothers,
yeah.
but they're like cousins. You know what I mean? But they are like brothers. Yeah.
DNA, like, what? Yeah.
The weird thing that I feel
genetically they are brothers.
Okay, so that sounds funny. I said the weird thing because the whole thing feels weird to me. The weirder thing is that they all live together in one house.
Oh. I don't know. I don't want to judge anybody.
What if we did that? What if we lived together in one house?
We would kill each other.
It'd be divorce right away.
Yeah.
From each other, not from our partners.
I don't feel like we like although we do like each other, but we don't like each other enough. Like, we could go weeks without seeing each other, and then at least for me, I feel so desperate to see Sally again. But like, I don't feel desperate
to see you.
I now am at the point where I'm like, oh, I'm ready to see her again.
Yeah, when I got back from my vacation, Katie was like, not okay.
I was just like,
it's been a week.
It's honestly, I don't even know if it's you, but it's like your kids. It's just, it's honestly Scott.
It's just Scott.
Scott is always over at my house. I didn't know what to do without him.
Yeah, you're like, this little boy
who's also technically my half son because genetically, we have the same DNA. So I feel connected to him in that way, I guess.
Oh my God.
But Susie too, I mean, they're my ducklings. Scott, Susie, and my son are my ducklings.
You guys hang out a lot
I love them to pieces. But no, we would never live together. That would be so fucking weird.
Wouldn't that be weird? I feel like too, the scary thing, I was talking to somebody about this, about like, say that you were dating.
Is this the topic?
No.
Okay.
I just want to finish this conversation.
Okay.
But like, if you were dating my husband's identical twin and you guys got divorced, how fucking awkward.
I think you're in it. Like, if you choose that path,
then you're just like,
you're so in it.
We can't leave each other.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way.
I know. It's interesting, right?
It's so
okay.
bizarre.
So anyway, no, my fun conversation that you should drink your little tequila drink and we should have fun with is I saw this online and I thought it was so cute because it's these two boys. I mean, men. They're like probably in their, I don't know, 20s, and they go. I think I sent you these, but they go through TikToks and they just say like one at a time things girls do that they don't know they're doing, that is attractive to them. So like the guys were saying really cute things, like they go one at a time. Like the first guy was like, oh, I like when girls just like look like a disheveled mess in the morning. Like that's really cute. And then the other one would be like, oh, I like when girls like underwear line show. Like, you know what I mean? Just things they don't know.
Yeah.
Like girls do without knowing, but those guys were like, that's really attractive.
I go through so much to make sure my underwear line is not showing. If it's an attractive thing, like, tell me now, because
I don't think you should base it off that, though.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but like
still, like how much I go through to make sure I don't have an underline.
I thought with like talking about like the twins that married twins, like obviously they're into the same type of guy, right? Like clearly they're like identical twins. Even though people that date us always are like, you guys don't look alike or whatever, and I'm like, we do.
But I did have a boyfriend that told me he was weirdly attracted to you, and I was like, ugh.
But like, isn't that makes sense though? Because we're identical guys.
It makes sense, but we're just so different.
I know.
I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it. We're just so different.
I know. I get. That sounds so bad. It's like a twin calling another twin ugly. But no,
it's not about the physical. But like I think personality wise, we're totally different.
Yeah, I have a better personality than you.
Well, to some.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so anyway, I thought we could go through like things guys don't know that they do that like is like attractive to you. Like an example, easy example everybody always talks about is like gray sweatpants.
Oh, or when they turn their hat backwards.
Oh my Stop. So I thought we could talk about, like, if we agree when we say
Okay.
certain things. So my first one that I had in my head was when a guy just turns his hat backwards, it's like, I'm going down to business. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like working hard.
You
It's
can
the hottest
see,
thing.
it's like seeing physically his mind shifted.
Yes.
Like something flipped in his mind and now he's like in a different mode.
Do you know what comes to my mind?
What?
Is let's get down to business.
Oh my God. Stop it. Another thing. So this
No,
is,
yeah. So don't go too fast because we have
sorry.
to talk about each one.
This is an easy topic.
So if we agree, should we say something? And if we don't agree, we
I think if we agree, we take a drink.
oh fuck, that's gonna be a lot of drinks. Okay, but we also have to say something that so that the guests that are listening know we agree.
Or maybe if we disagree, we take a drink.
Okay, so if we agree, we just say agree, and if we don't agree,
I mean, people are gonna hear us agree.
okay, and if we don't agree, we say drink.
Sure.
Okay, so I was gonna start with backwards hat. Do you have another one off the top of your head?
I do have another one. So I don't know. This is embarrassing to
That's
admit.
why this is gonna be so good.
Because-
Maybe we should drink if we agree.
There's a couple things.
Only name one at a time so we
Okay.
can have conversation.
When men know like measurements offhand, like if you're like, oh, how big is that? Like it's like this, like you're pointing to something, you're like, how big is that? Or how many inches do you think that is? And they'll be like, oh, that's 3 3/4 or 3 1/2 or whatever. Like they just know it instantaneously while you're looking at it.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay.
that's.
I think this is
I don't know why that's hot.
This is
to me.
probably very specific to the person you're dating. I really think because he's like in that realm.
Like construction.
Yeah. I think that it's hilarious that there are men that can point to something and say, that's about this, this, this. That is hot, by the way. But I just think of the guys who don't know how to measure themselves correctly in height and penis size.
But I'm just saying,
Like, but they
then
can look
also,
at something and be
a
like,
guy who couldn't eyeball a measurement is not attractive to me. Like,
Okay,
if
yeah.
he like missed it by like, because there's also
We're gonna agree on a lot
if
of
you
these.
think about hairstylists, like there's a lot of videos of women saying like how many, because they cut off inches of hair.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, how much is 4 inches? And they all like pull out a measuring tape and they can get it, like nail it on right away.
Yeah.
Because that's their profession. That's fucking hot.
Yeah, that is
To be able to just see something and know, I think
Okay.
that's fucking hot.
I agree, but I do think that guys then really do a poor job describing their height measurements because it's almost always wrong.
Yeah.
So that gives me to another thing that I will say though what is hot about it, but you saying what's unattractive about not being able to pinpoint height, I could say something. But what is attractive to me is guys with incredibly short fingernails.
Oh, okay.
Short fingernails. To me, that means you know what you're doing in the bedroom.
You're like mindful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I don't
what made me think of that was like when you said I don't think it's attractive if they can't do it. If a guy has long fingernails, like even slightly long, I'm so not turned. Like
Okay,
I'm turned off.
But I've told men this before. Like realistically, at least for us, not speaking for all women, but I think for most women, you don't really want to see the whites of your fingernail. Like if your whites are showing, you need to cut your fingernails.
Yeah.
Because
unless like
do you know where your fingers go? Like
okay, but this we're talking specifically for a heterosexual couple that like you're going to be using your fingers
totally. Yes, yeah, totally.
down on my
right or just in general because also it's just the cleanliness factor. Like women, we get our and also men too. But like if we're talking about men that we will hook up with or whatnot, like dirt under the fingernails, like not really attractive.
I think we're gonna agree on a lot of these, so I think we're gonna just have to drink while we're doing this.
Yeah. Oh, Red, my dog just came upstairs.
Okay, well she wanted to talk about what she's attracted to.
I think she's attracted to the stairs and coming up them and sitting up here. Oh, well, she's afraid of the thunderstorm.
Oh, baby.
Oh, okay.
She's very nervous.
She's so nervous. Oh, I feel so bad for her.
She's like, Mom.
Okay,
Mom.
so Red might make an appearance.
Okay, so Katie's slowly but surely introducing everyone she wanted to keep nameless on this podcast.
The dogs, the animals can have names.
Okay. The next thing you think is hot that they don't know they're doing right, but they are.
Oh, any kind of parking. Like,
Oh, yes!
any kind of,
Backing in,
like,
parallel.
yeah, like, in the car, like, effortlessly parking. If a man
Oh my god, and, like,
if
just with so many movement, like, little subtle movements.
if a man has to try more than once to park, that is also kind of
No, but let's
not
keep it
attractive. Oh,
positive.
yeah, I'll say positive, positive.
Because we're saying things we don't
Yeah,
like.
but the stuff that is attractive is a man who just, like, can park.
Okay, my turn. I agree.
Yeah.
My turn. A man who knows how to throw a ball.
I don't care about that, so I'll drink to that because I don't care about that.
Oh my god, seriously? Okay, so
I, like, very, very
I think you would care if,
openly don't really care about
Okay.
sports.
No. I didn't think I did either. And then one day, when I was in college, I was dating a guy. And
No, this is gonna go into what you're not attracted to.
yeah, I know. But sometimes I guess you don't know until you know. We were playing
Both
a softball
both
game.
the dogs are here,
They're
by the way.
scared, Katie.
Oh.
They're like, talk to us about boys.
Red
We were
ones.
playing a softball game. And I'm not good at softball, but I know how to throw a ball because we were in sports growing up. Watching this man not be able to throw a ball or catch a ball was so, I was not attracted. It turned me off. Like, I was like, oh my God. And I didn't know it. It bugged me. I really need a man who can use his hands.
I don't care about that at all.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's one thing for me.
I'm gonna drink to that.
Okay. Me too.
And I'm like, what else am I attracted to? Because I'm not really sure.
That they do it subtly and you don't even know. I think anything handy, like fixing things.
Yeah. It's like whatever they do for me that I don't have to do myself.
But it's also like, how many times have I mentioned hands? Like,
No,
hands must be big for me.
Like, because it is, the handy stuff is really attractive. Like,
yeah.
the fact that it's so easy for them to hang something, or like easy for them to fix something or put together a stool or whatever, like they're always putting stuff together.
Yeah. What about this one?
Yeah.
Like a guy that's just a serious face. Like a pensive, serious face. Like not smiling, just like really like focusing on something.
I don't know. No.
Oh, see, Adam has really good cheekbones. So when he gets serious, they kind of go in.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's really
I don't
hot.
think that's, no.
Okay. All right, drink.
That's not what I think is attractive.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Like, I like a nice stoic face. Like, if you're smiling all the time, I'm like, can you be a little more serious? I want to.
Well, they need to be versatile. Like, they need to have the serious. They need to have the serious aspect. It's honestly kind of better if they're mostly serious, but then can be goofy.
Okay.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think that the problem with dating the life of the party is typically that part of them never leaves. That part is there forever.
Like, you don't want the life of the party. You want,
yeah.
Your dog keeps knocking this camera. Sorry, guys. Do you notice when a guy takes off his shirt, there is a way a guy takes off his shirt, and it's with both hands, pulling it up over his head, like almost like it's so boyish. I don't even know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because girls cross their hands in the front.
We cross it and pull. Or we go one hand at a time. They literally pull over their shoulders, just like the back. Like, I don't know who taught them to do that. It's so caveman-esque, but like, I love it.
Oh, I guess I've never. Yeah, I guess that is cute in a movie situation. I mean, in the
real world,
in real world, I guess I just never really notice
how they take off their shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I think that's really cute.
I'm not always that observant, actually.
No, I'm not either, but I do notice that.
Yeah.
Is it easier to say things we're not attracted to?
I'm trying to think now what else I'm attracted to, and it's kind of hard. Ooh, I do love a man with glasses, though.
Oh, yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah,
sure.
like a man that just puts on his glasses. That's really cute.
I think men reading in general is, well, okay, glasses have nothing to do with reading, but I thought of like glasses and reading. Men that can sit down and read like a book.
Ooh, red.
If I see a man sitting down and reading a book, I think that's pretty hot. But the man in glasses, oh my gosh. Like Jude Law in The Holiday, when he comes with his glasses on, I'm just like, could you be any cuter? It's just so cute.
Yeah, for sure.
Glasses always make boys cuter.
It really does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't know. You're going to have to lead this conversation because I really don't know what.
I feel like we came up with a lot. We really are into all the same things. But I think all girls would say those things.
Yeah. I mean, I bet our listeners actually will come up with a lot of things. We'll be like, oh my God, yeah, you're right.
What about a man that can cook? Does that do anything to you?
I think a man should know how to cook. So it's kind of just an expectation of mine that they know how to cook like a few things.
Yeah.
So I don't really necessarily think it's sexy or hot. If they don't, however, then that's a turnoff.
Okay.
Like they need to know how to make something.
Well, like some people I would assume thinks it's like sexy when they see the husband like or man chopping up veggies or something like that.
When I was younger, I thought that.
Yeah. I think I'm not attracted to that totally anymore either. But I used to be, I think.
Yeah.
When I was like more hungry in my 20s. I feel like, oh, you're making food. That's so hot. How do you feel when like a man cries? Is that hot?
I don't feel like I have opinions on it anymore. I used to be really judgmental actually when a man cries, and I feel terrible saying that, but I really was. When I was younger, I was very judgmental of it because I think I did a lot to act strong and hold myself together, and unfortunately that came out in me having no empathy for a man crying. But now I really view it as just like this normal human experience, and I
like they're allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not like attracted to it?
No.
I think if a guy like sheds like a tear, like because something's smiley or like happy,
it's cute. I guess it's cute if like you're like watching a movie and you're like, oh, they have feelings.
Yeah, like I think it's cute.
Yeah.
I think that's really cute. Oh, you know what I also weirdly like is I really like men in clean socks.
Interesting.
Like if you see like a really white sock with like a sandal on, like
a sandal.
Yeah, like like sports.
Who the hell is wearing sandals with socks?
People that just get done playing sports or lifting weights, and then they put on their little sandals with their cute little socks.
I would never date that person.
Oh, I think that's so cute. Is that not a thing? I think that's a thing. I like it.
Like soccer players?
I like it.
Yeah.
So in terms of like attractiveness as well, are you attracted to older men? Because I do get a lot of people writing in, and a couple of people have asked us to address like age gaps in relationships. And because of personal issues I've gone through, I'm not a whole big fan of the age gap. But I will say the hottest celebrity that I can think of is Hugh Jackman, and he's quite a bit older.
Yeah. I think he's attractive. I think he's probably weird in real life.
No, but like physically, he's so freaking cute.
I don't know. I'm trying to think who I think is attractive because I've never really been attractive. I've never really been. I've never really been attracted to much older men. I've always liked people around my age. Like my celebrity crush is Zac Efron, and it's been Zac Efron forever.
Like still?
I love him. I will love him forever.
Interesting.
But okay. How
guys who can dance.
How old is Nelly? Do you think? Because Nelly,
like 50.
Like that old. Because I've always loved Nelly too, and I think he's really short in real life, so it'd be like a bummer. But if anything comes out negative about Nelly with all this stuff going on,
I know
I'm gonna be like heartbroken because I just love him.
I mean, he did sing "It's Getting Hot in Here, So Take Off All Your Clothes." So
he was I know. Okay, I was gonna defend him for a second and then I stopped.
No, but the thing is that okay, so hot traits. Zac Efron dancing in like Greatest Showman is hot though.
It's how fast he's able to pick up things too, because I've watched interviews where like he just picks it up right away,
and it's his like ability to be serious when he needs to be.
Yeah,
when guys can focus and get things down, that's really cool.
So I guess if I'm looking for like what I find unconsciously attractive, it's basically just Zac Efron.
Anything he does, the way he laughs, the way he dances, the way he kisses. Mine is Hugh Jackman and Hugh Grant. Honestly,
what? And Hugh Grant?
Yes.
No. Ew.
What?
Gross.
Are you kidding?
He's like a little bitch boy. I
love
He is actually like everybody says he's very difficult to work with.
because he's British. I think he's just a sarcastic ass.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay, there's Hugh Jackman, Hugh Grant, and Hugh. What's his name? You know everyone. The Holiday. He comes with his glasses.
Jude Law?
Jude Law. Oh well, Jude. Oh my God. Tell me there's not a hotter name than Jude. Okay, so he's hot too. I guess I'd put him in together with the Hughes. But no, I love Hughes, but which makes me
Hugh Hefner?
no, Katie. Too old. They like there's an age
Problematic.
limit.
Yeah.
But I will say that Hugh Grant. Oh my God, when he dances, we're talking about holiday movies right now. Like when he dances in whatever the Christmas movie is.
Love Actually.
Yeah, when he's like, da, da, da. Yeah, he's so cute.
Oh.
I love.
So you like a man that dances?
Okay, so I love a man that dances, I guess.
Okay.
But they have to dance well. They can't like be like, I'm a good dancer and then stop.
Oh, but it also is embarrassing when they think they're dancing really well.
Ew.
And then it's kind of cringy.
No, but I like a little bit of cringe. Like I like it when they're dancing. Okay, so the thing is, I don't like it when they were dancing just to get like people focused on them. But if they're dancing like nobody's watching, that's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, if
Totally.
they think
But
they're
like
doing
if they're
good and
dancing because they think everybody's watching,
that is
the worst.
That's the worst.
I've gone to a wedding with somebody who was dancing like that, and I remember somebody being like, "He's a better dancer than you are," and I was like, "Yeah, because I'm not fucking trying.
No,
I'm just trying to have fun."
Yeah, no, there's a fine line, and it's like if they really think everyone's watching, that just ruins it for me.
I think like in general, like you don't want somebody doing things because they think others are watching.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Like when they're like helping an old lady across the street because they just see everybody staring at them.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. That's not fun.
No.
Yeah.
That's not
It all
attractive.
needs to come from an internal place. Anyway, back to age gaps, because I think this could be a debatable topic. Because people are talking about how like Demi Moore is now dating Joe Jonas and there's a huge age gap.
Demi Moore?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
No, for real.
Shut up. No,
like,
she's not.
Supposedly
this is not real.
No,
I don't believe it.
Katie, somebody wrote it into the pod, so I'm gonna believe it.
I don't think it's real.
Okay. Anyway, how do you think about age gaps in relationships?
I think age is just a number.
But you personally aren't attracted to older men.
I'm not. No, I can't.
I'm attracted to older men, but I just, from experience, I've dated a guy who was 8 years older than me, and I don't think we had a lot in common.
I have to say, like, I'm barely attracted to most men. So, like, this is like, you know, we just saw on a podcast, like, recently, too, who was it? Oh, God, I forget what podcast it was, so I can't credit it. But they were saying, like, women are attracted to 4% of men or something.
Damn.
And
that's it?
And I think that tracks.
Oh.
Because women are more focused on if the man is nice or if they treat them well.
Oh, you're okay.
Physically attracted.
You're saying physically attracted.
Physically attracted.
Yeah. Like we're more turned off by most
But I'm
men.
just not.
I think I'm attracted to. Is it only 4%? That's crazy.
I think I'm more attracted to women physically.
I love women's
But
bodies,
like men, it's just like it has to be all personality at this point. Because like and not at this point, it's not all personality, but I'm just saying, like, there's only a few that I actually feel are attractive.
Interesting. That's so fascinating. 4%, that doesn't seem like a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't
Like,
know. I don't know how I feel about
what percent of women do you feel like you're attracted to?
I think I'm attracted to more than 4% of men.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. 4%, that doesn't seem like a lot.
I think I'm myself am probably attracted to definitely below 50% of men.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's really hard. But to answer your question, I don't think I'm attracted to women. Like, I think women have beautiful bodies, but like to me, that's not attracted.
Oh, like but attraction doesn't have to be sexual. Like, it's just like, I think it's,
Yes, it does.
It doesn't have to be though, because like if you're thinking like,
No, I love women's bodies and I think they're beautiful, but to be attracted to someone, I'm like thinking you want to jump their bones.
oh, I'm thinking like who you see walking into the room and you're like, oh my God, they're beautiful. Or like, oh my God, they're so hot or whatever. Like I can look
Okay,
at
so,
I can
like-
look at a woman much easier and be like, oh, she's gorgeous or she's so hot or like, and like if a man walks into a room, I rarely ever think that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely think women are beautiful, and I notice when they're beautiful, 100%.
Hmm.
But I'm not like. I think I notice at the same rate as I notice men. Like in a way,
Okay. Yeah.
like I can be like, oh, they're good looking, or like their muscles look really nice, or something.
I do think I have a lot of walls up with men though, because I just feel like they're like less safe, you know?
Yeah,
And maybe I put like boundaries up to be like, I'm not attracted.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go to therapy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Back to my question. Do you think that a relationship where a guy's like 10 years older can work with a girl that's 10 years younger? Do you think age gaps matter?
I mean, I know it can work because I know a lot of people in those situations.
How do you feel about them?
They seem happy. I think that.
Do you think it's weird when people get in arms about it? Like, you know how Kristen Cavallari's getting all that bashing because she's dating a guy that's like super young compared to her? He's like 20, what, 24?
He's 24 and she's 37, I think. I don't feel like
why do you think people care?
I think that people that care are feeling like protective over the younger person, maybe.
Really?
I think so.
Like, I'd understand if he was 18, but he's 24.
I mean, I was married when I was 26 and I felt like a child bride.
But you didn't when you were going through it.
Yeah, when I was going through it, I was like, "Oh my God, let me make my own choices."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it really just depends. Everybody is so different. People can be more mature than their age. They can be less mature than their age.
I'm just wondering, like, so I personally didn't work out for me. So I always joke, like, I don't know if age gaps can work. But at the same time, if someone's like bashing someone because they're 37 dating a 24-year-old, I really don't care.
I just,
Like, I'm like, whatever.
I think that there's like, in my opinion, I've always felt like I could date within 15 years of myself. And like, usually,
What would that make the person? So you would
but
date.
I would never date younger. Okay, so like with that caveat.
I was like, so,
with that caveat, because
so Katie, that would mean you would date a 20-year-old.
I would never date a younger person. Like my current partner is a month younger than me, and that is the most I will go. That's not the most I've gone, but like right now, I just feel like I need to be with an older person or like somebody my age or somebody older. I would go when I was doing the dating apps and stuff. My range was up to 15 years older than me.
Oh yeah,
But I would never. Yeah, within younger, I would only go probably about like 2 years younger.
just because.
Just because of life experience. It has nothing to do, I don't even want to say like.
But I do think that like people typically like, I think all girls probably feel like that. But then like you meet someone and you're like, oh crap, like I really like them, and then they end up being like 10 years younger, and you're like, I guess I'm gonna see where this goes.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, like I do think life experience matters. Obviously, for our situations, we have children, and that makes a big difference too if somebody hasn't had children. But then there's a point where my ex-husband he was only 3 years older than me. So like that's nothing. But we even had conversations where I was like, I can't understand because the age gap was like enough where certain things that he experienced I didn't experience yet because I was too young to experience them.
Yeah.
And that was only 3 years of an age gap. So then when I talk to people that are like 10 years older than me, I'm like, oh, this is a big one. In my workplace, a lot of the company right now is much, much younger and love it. They're cool. They have their boundaries, love their generation, but they have trouble. Some of them don't remember 9/11.
Wow.
And that to me is like such a strange experience to have because for us, it was like very prominent. We know where we were, what classroom we were sitting in. it was like a core memory of ours. So like, can you imagine dating somebody who just didn't have some of those
That's crazy.
moments, like, or
Yeah.
in a more basic way, it's like when you talk about, this is stupid, but like TLC or the Spice Girls, and then they're like, oh, like I never knew them because I was listening to, I don't even know who would have been,
I know.
Demi Lovato or something. I don't know.
No,
Or
she's
some-
even they
yeah, I don't even know who's
like
before,
our niece
you
that's
know-
in high school is like not even really into Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so it's just like, it just becomes harder to relate on things.
Yeah.
I don't think like everything, but that to me would be challenging.
Well, you're like somebody who's into like movies and art and music, so that probably would be big. But for me, with dating older or dating younger, again, was the same. I kind of was like, I don't really want to date younger. I've always had that like weird wall up where I was like, I don't really want to go younger. But I don't know why that's stupid because it's probably not even a big deal. But I have dated older, and I remember when I dated older, I didn't have much life experience, and it felt like the person I was dating had lived like 10 lives before me.
Yeah.
Like I was like, he's been like almost married 3 times.
I think that
And I just got out of college.
what I like about dating somebody my age is that we've both had equal amounts of life experience. And so like we're, not married in our 30s, and but he's been engaged before, I was married before. Like we have had like life where we get like, we've been through some shit, we can talk about it, we can relate on it. And we're not judging each other for it either. It's almost just more um it's actually kind of really relieving to have somebody that understands.
Yeah.
But like if you don't have that, if especially when you're younger, I think when you're in your 20s and you're dating somebody in their late 30s or 30s, mid 30s, it has to be really difficult to know that they've had so much life and like you're just kind of getting started.
It was weird. I feel like that was like a challenge. And like now being older, like now I'm the age that person was when we dated. I realize how much like he was sacrificing to like hang out with me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he was like holding himself back to be like in that party mode
Mhm.
when really like he should have been like married with kids.
Well, so and again, when I was married, I was with somebody who, again, he was only 3 years older than me, but he made me feel like we were worlds apart. And
Well, that
he
was a
would
different
say
issue probably.
he would say, uh you're too old. When we were early 20s, he'd always be like forcing me to grow up. And so I felt like I gave up a lot of my youth and like time I should have been like making mistakes or out partying or something,
Mhm.
because he was always like, no, like we're too old for this, blah, blah, blah. But then I saw my peers and Sally have their 20s to kind of just make the mistakes and have
Yeah.
fun, and I really resented them for it when I was that age. And now I look at where I'm at now and I'm like, I just missed that part. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
feel
think
like
Taylor
I'm
Swift has a song like where she mentions that, like I gave up my young like years to you type thing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't trade my 20s for the world.
Oh, when
Like
I see
when
Yeah.
I loved having my 20s to be free.
when I see the younger women in my office and they're in their 20s and they're still living their lives and having fun and not taking anything too seriously, I'm like, I really envy them,
Yeah.
Like I wish I did that, because I settled down right away, and I think that's part of why like it's taking longer for me to settle down again.
Well, part of the reason
part of
maybe, yeah.
part of the many reasons,
Part-
probably, because I have to go to therapy.
But like yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with an age gap. I think it could be like really exciting and fun. I think that like you could probably both offer different things in your relationship and it could work out really well and it could be the strongest relationship ever. But personally speaking, it didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
And I understand why. The ages of like 25 and 36 didn't really mesh well. Like I was 25 and he was like 36.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's like, yeah.
But I think it's because in your 30s, you're starting a family. In your 20s, you're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like if it's like 36 and 45, I actually think that could work.
That to me seems totally doable. I think
Yeah,
the older you get,
it depends.
it's that to me. It's like the older you get, the more it becomes totally fine.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
if you're 41 and they're
31.
no, I was thinking the other way.
Oh,
I was
51?
I was thinking like 41 and like 60. To me, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
No, I don't think so either.
I feel like go for it.
I think the older you get, the more we're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Like you. I think the problem is like, yeah, when you're young, and you just haven't experienced life yet,
yeah,
and it doesn't work out because like you don't need to date someone who's gonna just be your daddy. Like you got to kind of like make a name for yourself too.
yeah.
I don't know if this is a good episode.
I know we might want to. Do you want to start over and try a different episode?
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Sally. We're going to leave our story there for today and pick up next week on Twin Study After Dark. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please rate, review, and subscribe. We'll meet again next week for more Twin Studies. Bye.